Frankly, I've been afraid of trying to start a book because my whole life I've been writing columns, which are limited in space. So basically, I've been building arguments within 1100 words, 1000 words. And the thought of a huge open canvas that I could write for any length was a bit frightening because I'd never attempted it. This is primarily intended for a Western audience, for them to understand how Muslims look at them and why there's so much hatred against them in the Muslim world. And at the same time, I try to explain to Muslim readers why they are viewed so negatively in the West. So I tried to start a dialogue really and tried to be even-handed. In the UK, there's a cartoonist called Steve Bell, who many of you are familiar probably with his work in The Guardian. He has regularly portrayed David Cameron, the Prime Minister, as a condom. I mean, and day in and day out. So apparently one day David Cameron met him somewhere and said, "Steve, when will the condom come off?" And he said, "Never." So their sensibility, they mock everything and everybody. The Queen, Jesus, God. So I mean, so they can't understand why Muslims get so upset when icons and symbols and their faith is deliberately or accidentally mocked. So this is one reason that a lot of people in the West look at Muslims as fanatics. And this is unfortunate because most Muslims aren't fanatical, they just want to get on with their lives. Unfortunately, there are these misperceptions on both sides. Ideas, these perceptions need to be addressed and examined, and both sides need to do a lot of soul searching. And I hope my book is one step towards that introspection that's needed. Keep forgetting that more Muslims have been killed by other Muslims than by non-Muslims. So, I mean, there are also these double standards at work here, I'm afraid, that, and we don't blame our own people for killing Muslims who are praying in mosques, been destroying schools, and butchering perfectly innocent people. More than 30,000 people have been killed in Pakistan. According to the UN report, 4/5 of all Afghan civilians killed have been killed by the Taliban, not by the Americans. I don't see people demonstrating against Taliban attacks. I haven't seen this. Let me come back to this state of denial that we are in, the double standards that we don't question anymore. And again, as I said, some of the things I've raised in my book are intended to ask these questions. And they may not be very popular with some people, but I think the questions need to be asked. So, sure, I mean, I would expect people to be critical of the book, which is fair enough. They're entitled to their opinion. But I stand by what I've written.